Wanted to really have a chance to brief you a little bit before the election day on Tuesday, November the 4th, on some of the things that you can look for, that you can expect, and to be able to also give you a comparison of where we were in 2004 and where we believe we will be in 2008. Probably the simplest comparison is to look at what were four major issues in 2004. I believe are over here on this side. That having to do with long lines, poll worker issues, especially poll worker training, voter ID challenges that really went more to the issue of provisional voting, and then voting security issues. And then what we've tried to do in the less than 22 months that we've had to, in some ways we feel as if we've tried to turn the Queen Mary. In 2004, we were able to learn from the experiences in a number of counties where the lines were extremely long, and we have two distinct situations. Franklin County and Knox County, we were dealing with electronic voting machines of an earlier generation than what we use now under the Help America Vote Act here in Ohio. But what we did learn from that is when you have a finite number of machines and you have a swell of voters, if any of those machines break down, or if you have simply not allocated enough machines or not allocated them with an eye toward making sure that you're taking into account things like the number of registered voters, new registrations, number of ballot issues on the ballot, which lengthens the time that it takes to vote a ballot, that you can have some of the problems and the accusations that were made about Ohio in the 2004 election. At Kenyon College, at one precinct where there were only 2 voting machines allocated to that precinct, and an extreme number of college students who registered to vote there in Knox County, the voting went on for almost 10 hours for some students who had to wait in line to vote. And that sort of bled into another issue that we understood. Some of this took place in Cuyahoga County, but we also understood it from the Knox County experience. And that was when the boards of elections were faced with a shortage of machines, such as a situation where the machines broke down, and tried to remedy that situation with what we now understand to be a good practice, which is backup paper ballots. They were in a position where they had not been able to adequately plan, and their only source of backup paper ballots were Xeroxed absentee ballots, which, when given to many of the young voters in Knox County, a poll worker not understanding their purpose, their use, and their import, said to some of the students, "I'm not sure if I would vote on those if I were you, because they might not be counted." So you had an issue there coming up right away with poll worker training, with preparation, with a little bit of contingency planning. And as a result, the students there in Knox County at Kenyon College almost made it a crusade not to vote the paper ballots because they were concerned that they wouldn't be counted. We saw a lot more situations with poll lists, with new voters, with challenges at the time, challenges for voter ID, which voter ID was not a state law in Ohio in 2004, where it is in 2008 and has been since 2006. But a first-time mail-in voter registrant did need to supply identification at the time that they voted. And then again with the Motor Voter Act, which went into effect sometime around 1993, and this was essentially our first concept of provisional voting, where a voter could move from one place to another within the state and still be afforded the right to vote on election day, taking certain precautions. There was a lack of training, and there were difficulties with these types of challenges. Since the advent of the Help America Vote Act, we do also have voting security issues, although if you would listen to and talk with many people who studied the 2004 election and who have various theories about how that election was conducted, the use of the punch cards, the handling of the punch cards, they would consider that there were voter security issues or voting security issues as well.